Okay, now we're at the, near Minneapolis in Excelsior, Minnesota, which is one of the two locations of the Minnesota Streetcar Museum. This runs on what was a branch of a long interurban line, a very short distance, about 1.25 miles or so, single track. They have to back it up. There's no loops or anything like that. But it's a very nice line. And you can even take photographs from the overpass. So there we have from the overpass. And basically, the end of the line is right beyond that tree. So it's not very difficult to walk the line. And there it is at the end. And at their car house, they also have number 78. This is the oldest car in the collection. So that's their gem as far as I'm concerned. That ran in Duluth. 1893 was when it was constructed.
Did you see either of the two newer cars while you were there, the PCCs?
Unfortunately, I saw one of the newer cars in the car house at Lake Harriet. This is Excelsior, because the Minnesota Transit Museum came out just because I asked them, gee, can I get a picture? Because that was not running that day, and they didn't have enough of them. They did not have two crews to run two cars. So when I think of Excelsior, I think of New York State. That's the slogan for our state right here, the Empire State. Okay, this is the car house at Lake Harriet, and the PCC is on the left side. They were busy that day, unfortunately. So we've got a 1908 Twin City car, number 1300, and a 1915 Duluth car, number 265, running here. Both are built by the local streetcar company at that period. So they had two cars running. They had a group of Cub Scouts. And very nice line.
The PCC is 322.
And this runs on the right-of-way of what used to be a streetcar line of the Minneapolis Twin City system. And as you know now, that had PCC cars, and it was a very modern system, although a lot of it was street running. And it was scrapped too early.
That's how I know about the PCCs. They sold them to public service real cheap. Right.
And Minneapolis PCCs also went down to Mexico City and to Shaker Heights. Right now, one line is in operation called the Hiawatha line. And another line will be added that will run the university and the University of Minnesota to St. Paul. Plexity Swift cars built by Bombardier. They're partly low floor.
Downtown.
The system starts in downtown on the street, and this is the terminal. And there's plenty of street running through the downtown area, past lots of skyscrapers. Now, it gets pretty cold up in Minneapolis in the winter. So in the background you can see part of the Skyway system. So we're heading towards the stadium right now from the downtown area. There you can see another Skyway. And this is the station at the stadium where the Twins play. Now at the other end of the line, they're extending it towards the football field. But this is called the Hiawatha Corridor because it runs parallel to Hiawatha Avenue. Background you see is the skyline. This is from a bicycle and pedestrian walkway. They run quite frequently, every 7.5 minutes or so. Usually two-car trains, but on a Sunday you'll see single cars.
Yeah, I just ride it before I went to
Very attractive line. This is at the car house. They've got two elevator sections. This is the first one going into the Midtown station, and you get the skyline when you shoot This is from, no, the track in the other direction is on the far right, and there's a center platform. So this is photographed from the center platform. And then here you can see the ramp coming back down to surface level. And there are sections of it that are not fenced off. And here it's running along Hiawatha Avenue. This is at Minnehaha Park. There's a station behind me, and that's what the station serves. Now you can see the autos. And then here is a little further along the line. We're going outbound, and here's where it turns off Hiawatha onto Minnehaha Avenue. And that's where there's a section of street running. And this area is now getting built up. When I first came here, when the line first opened, it was pretty much run-down single-family dwelling units. A lot of those have been torn down and garden apartments have been built up. Now they do have cars with skin disease, as you can see. Not all of them are painted in the regular color scheme. And you can take it or leave it. I usually leave it, but I just wanted to show you that this does exist.
You know what? They make money on the deal. They get the advertising. Help support the lines. Not so bad.
Anyway, I like the street running section. I think it's very rural looking, even lesser than suburban areas. Okay, then we go past the VA hospital, Fort Snelling, and there's across a freeway and a little brook, there is another overpass. So this line actually has everything that you would want in a light rail line, because it has elevated, subway, street running, and PRW. This is at the airport station, the Lindbergh Terminal. Now there is another terminal at the airport called the Hubert Humphrey Terminal. And this line runs as the shuttle service, just like our air train does. As a result, this one section is free and it runs 24 hours a day. They use a proof of payment system on the rest of the line, but between Hubert Humphrey Terminal and Lindbergh Terminal, it's free and 24 hours a day.
Just like air train, right?
And here's the Hubert Humphrey Terminal station, where it comes right out of the subway. By leaps and bounds, a lot of high-rise office buildings are coming up here. And I don't know how the economic situation is going to affect that in the future, but a lot of building, a lot of employment. And you can see construction materials even in this area. It's all brand new. And we're very close to the end of the line. There are two cars passing each other at the side of the road, right before it enters the Mall of America, which it terminates at. And